Alright, we're back here again. Welcome to another episode of Caboose Restoration. I know I said in the last episode that we'd be working on the roof, but change of plans. Of course, change of plans. So today, notice that we are not in the garage. We are at our workbench. And we're doing some repairing. And you see this ladder piece, this has been broken for a while. And what we're doing is, if you see the L-bend that you see on this side is not here on this side. So what we're doing is we are soldering. Here's the broken part. That's broken. And what we did is we went to the hobby shop and we bought this brass rod. And we're cutting this brass rod and we're soldering it back onto the ladder. And how we're going to do that is we're going to cut it here and desolder these points. Pull this off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to desolder this point and these points, right?
If they're solder, yeah. If they're brazed, then...
If they are solder, we need to first figure out that. If they're brazed, then different deal. But, so, that's our first step, so let's get to it. So, first what we're going to do is we got our soldering iron here, and we're just going to check and see if that little blip, whatever that is, if it's solder or braze. So, let's see.
That would have melted by now.
That would have melted definitely by now. That's braze. And that little blip on there is solder.
Okay.
Alright.
So what we're going to have to do, the second plan B.
Turns out this is braze, not solder. So plan B. Alright, we took a few minutes to think out a plan B. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off here so it's flush. And then take this top step off. Grind this top part off, drill it through, and then put this solid rod down through that so it bumps down over here, and then solder it to this step. So you see we got our old school drill because the
Doesn't hurt to go old school.
Doesn't hurt to go old school, guys. It still works. And so we measured our drill bit to the size of the rod, and now we're gonna drill it through. 51st, guys. See? 51st. All right. So as we were making a mark to know where to drill, so we could drill this out, we made an unfortunate discovery. The reason why they had so much braze in there was because at one time this broke. So this actually broke away from. Well, you can't see it. This actually broke away from the other step. So, they filled it with braze to put it back together. So, plan C, I guess you could call it, B and a half, 2D, is we're going to cut it with the Dremel down here so we could move that out and see if we can pull this piece out of there.
Clean up the hole. Yeah.
Clean it up, yeah.
We're going to do this guy too and get him out of there.
Okay, so we did that first cut right there, so now we're going to do it above that step.
Now you don't want to slice it, right? I got to move it up to clean it up.
Yeah, move it up. Now we just got to clean it up. Safety first. We're going old school with this older drill. So
we're going to clamp it again, bud.
Oh, we're clamping it. Okay, so now we're going to drill the hole. Drill it through so we can fit the brass rod. Oh, you got it.
It's going to break.
It's going to break though, yeah. Run it through one more time. on. Yeah! Now we marked the new rod. Now we're cutting it with the Dremel. Okay, so that's our fixture, and our plan is that we're trying to make a new one of these. From this point to this point.
So how much do we need to bend over?
About a ½ inch.
So it's going to take some bend room. Some grind room.
Yeah. Good. So, our plan here now is we just measured for this part and we put this part inside the fixture, and now we're going to bend it over. That's our bending tool right there. So here's our new brass piece. And let's see if it matches up.
It might be a little long. We're going to have to grind it.
Yeah, we might have to grind it, but we could put it through here. And then it's going to match up right there.
Grind that.
Yeah, you got to grind that a little bit, but hey.
They're too big and too small. Okay.
Yes.
To the grinding wheel.
To the grinder wheel. We're going to grind this length down a little bit because it's a little long. It is, so be careful. Here's the finished part. There we go. There we go. There's our finished piece. We ground it to length. It came out pretty good. So now we have to fit it in there and attach it with solder. Now we're just sanding the step there. Just getting some paint off, making it smooth.
Cleaning up the joint that we need.
Yeah,
to
cleaning up the joint that we need to put some solder in order to attach the part.
Let's not get this.
Alright, so we're about ready here. We pre-tinned that piece and that piece, so we pre-tinned the two surfaces.
Hopefully we can get it.
Hopefully we can get a good contact and have them bind together. Hopefully. Okay, we didn't get much footage of it, but the couple seconds that we did get a clip, we soldered this up. So as best as we could anyway. We're kind of amateur solderers at the time, so So yeah.
Trying to weld with solder.
Yeah, we're trying to weld with solder, and for amateurs like us, it's very difficult. So, but I think we did a decent job. Now I'm gonna file this away and see if we can make it look pretty. Alright, I'm just gonna finish shaping the solder around here with the file and getting it smooth. So after I'm done with that, we'll show you the finished product. Alright, so it's been a while. Spent some time working at this, and it's finally done. I filed away all the excess solder, and you can take a look at the finished part here. So you can see I filed all the way around that joint, and then up here. We made this up here nice and square. Remember how that was all bubbly? Well, now it's nice and square all the way around. And all this is, you see the edge part that's square? That's actually solder. So that's all held on by solder. So now what we're gonna do is, if you see in here, there's some gaps in between there, and that's not really holding anything as well as we thought it would. So we're gonna get some JB Weld and fill it in like an adhesive to hold this brass piece in place. Now is to let this JB Weld harden, file some of the excess away, and we will be good, my friends. So we'll get back to you after it hardens and after I file it, and we'll show you the finished product. So until then. All right, after filling in all the low spots with JB Weld, we sanded it off. I sanded it off so it's flush. And what we actually did is, to give some extra strength, we used some of this Hobby CA glue. It's for model airplanes, and this stuff is really strong. This thing will make anything rock solid. And so we put it, I'm not going to touch it because it's still drying and the part's very fragile right now, but we put some right there and on each side of this grab iron, and that should make this part rock solid. So that ends this video. So that ends this project. So after the glue dries, we'll give you one last look. So the glue is pretty much dry on this thing. You can see the joints that we have, and they're very nice. And like I said, I put CA glue on them, which helps keep the piece of brass from rotating inside its socket. So I filed down that JB Weld, and I put the CA glue over it, which is just almost done drying. It's touchable. And those joints look really good. Nice and clean. And we're ready to prime this. So, with that, we'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Caboose Restoration. This ladder looks great, so over and out. We'll see you next time. And,
well, we're going to desolder it.
well, yes, we're going to desolder it first. Okay, let me do that again. Is the Charles tightened? Charles is tightened. Okay.
Let me get my giggles.
Now get your giggles.
do one of two things. We can try to clamp this, or you can try to hold it off the edge here.
I don't know how well that's gonna
See
go.
what kind of angle I got.
Oh, you're way too
No,
high.
way too low. We
You
gotta-
want to
let's prop this
shim
up.
it up
Yeah.
so you're at level?
Where's that 2x4? Time out. If it breaks, what can I tell you? Okay?
It broke.
Break.
Wait. So we're
Where's your
making
little
a...
hammer?
Okay. Focus. Come on, camera, focus. 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 Get the camera to focus. There we go. Yeah, you're just gonna put some right in that little crevice in there.
Okay, where do you want it?
See where you're going with that? Hold
Oh,
the
yeah,
part
yeah,
and look
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how long it'll work with this.
Just shove it right in there. You are gonna do this, my friend.
You
So I can blame it on you if you screw it up. I was gonna say when, but that's not gonna happen.
Why not screw it up?
Yeah.
Won't be long. Here we go. Ready to screw it up.
Don't screw it up. Focus. There we go. Come on, camera, focus. Alright, now back. We've sanded all the JB Weld off.
Not all of it.
Well, not all of it, because that would be pointless, but most of it to get it flat. Okay. Oh, it's blurry.
Build in a lot.
Alright. Well, you...